Okay, what we're doing here, Father, is we're just taking the ends off the beetroot. So any of that crap, it's actually got soil and that in it. We don't want that in our mouths. So we're taking off the ends like that. I'm using 3 decent sized ones here. Depends on this, you know, you can do more than this, and I reckon you will because you'll eat a lot more than us. So once you've taken off the ends, we're just going to peel off the skin, and that's basically removing any dirt and stuff as well. If there's any black spots in there, just chop them out, but you should be able to take off most of the skin. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dice them up. I'll show you just on one, so I'll continue to do that for all of these. Okay, so once we have, say, we'll start on this one. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut it into nice, we want to end up with little 1 centimetre cubes. So we're basically going to go that guy in about half again, and about this size here, just little, maybe 2 centimetre cubes. What are they? 2 centimetre, hey. And pop them straight into a glass dish that you're going to put them into the oven with. I've actually got the oven on at the moment, preheating to at 180 degrees. Like that.
Is it a fan forced oven?
Yes, Liam, it is.
Huh.
Okay, so you'll do that for all of the beetroot. You'll dice it into nice little squares like that, and then I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you what topping we put on them to cook them in. Okay, Father, so what we've done is I've got 3 beetroots. I've taken the ends off and then I've peeled them. So you can see here, these ones are peeled, ready to go. You don't need to wash them once you don't even need to wash them to begin with, to be honest, because they're fine. And then what we're going to do is, as you'll see in here, I've cut some into 3 centimetre cubes already. And then we're going to do that for all of them, okay? Like that. And then I'll continue to cut the rest, but I'll show you what you do is, so basically you want to put in 2 teaspoons of your seeded mustard. 1, 2, and look, don't be too fussy, like don't go looking for an exact measure, 2 like that, it's going to be yum. And then you're going to get the apple cider vinegar. And again, you know, if you want to, and if you've got a measure there, then I'll say that's 1/4 of a cup, so that's too much. No, 1/4 of a cup's good. So for those 3 beetroots that we had, which were, you know, medium-sized beetroots, you said you had large, so maybe 2 large beetroots to this recipe. So if you've got more, just increase the amount of mustard you've got and increase the amount of apple cider. So for this amount, we're going to go with about 1/4 of a cup of the apple cider on there. Now that's going to be pretty tangy, so what we're going to do then is we're just going to get our spring water, and let's add in, I reckon, a cup of spring water. Okay, and then just pop that in on top. And obviously I've still got this beetroot to go into there, so by the time that happens, you'll see some of the beetroot will just sit just out of it. Once I've finished cutting it all, you'll give it a little working around like this, and then we'll put, don't need a lot of pepper, the mustard's salty, sorry, you don't need a lot of salt, the mustard is quite salty, so really just give it a little bit of pepper, and maybe just the tiniest little, you know, just grab 1 pinch of salt and just give it a little bit, but you don't want to overdo the salt, it's too salty. And then basically, if you've got one with a lid, I use a lid, but if you don't, I wouldn't worry about it. You're going to pop it in the oven, and for about the 3 medium size, we're actually going to cook it with the lid on it at 180 degrees. And you're going to sit, it doesn't really matter what shelf or anything, you're going to put it in it. I do it normally between 40 minutes and an hour, and really you just give it a stir probably every 20 minutes or something like that. And what you want is, by the time you can kind of open it up, it'll, be careful, you watch out for the steam. You want to just be able to push it through. You know, when you make mashed potato, you don't want it to be that soft, otherwise all the nutrients are gone. You want it still just to be able to poke that through it and feel that it's a little bit tender, but also still holding its shape. And then we put it into our big Pyrex container once it's cooled down. So after the 40 minutes to an hour, sit it on the side, let it cool down quite a bit, take the lid off, let it air out. Once it comes down a little bit to room temperature, then put it straight in with all the juice into your Pyrex container and keep it in the fridge. I think it lasts for up to a week because the apple cider vinegar acts as a preservative, okay? And then we add it to salads and stuff, which I'll tell you further about that. But in the meantime, that's nice just on its own. If you're feeling a bit hungry and you want something yummy, pop it into a little glass plate and just sit and pick at it like that. It's yummy. Okay? Happy days. Thank